Welcome everybody to Casting Your Vision. So this class is meant for you if you are ready to really jump both feet into the deep end, sink or swim to chase your dreams. You're kind of one of the people that everybody looks to see how to build their clientele and how to build a successful career within the hair industry. So I say we just dive right in, but I definitely want you to come into this prepared to feel maybe a little uncomfortable because that just means that big change is coming. There's definitely a self-exploration period that I think even if you think you know what you want to do and what your vision is, you still need to dive into this. Each one of us is innately born with superhuman powers, right? That are God-given from birth, that you are just naturally gifted and talented at. And each one of us is born with a set of, I don't know, struggles or things that can become setbacks because they're weaknesses of ours, right? So really being analytical with yourself and really diving into kind of who you are as a person and what makes you special though, first of all. Because I promise you, you're special. You need to go down your true path so that you can stay authentic and true to yourself throughout this journey. Otherwise, it's so easy to lose your way and almost feel like that imposter syndrome can hit you really hard when you feel like maybe I'm, outside of where I should actually be. But if you're really trying to cast a vision for the next huge career change and big drastic step and leap for yourself, then you really need to ask yourself, what is most important to you? What are you the most passionate about? Because whatever you're the most passionate about, that very thing becomes the fuel that you keep putting on that fire to keep you going, because it's not going to be easy. So you have to make sure you're in alignment with who you really are and what your strengths really are. Yes, we're going to talk about how we can work on ourselves a little bit later, but right now I want you to hone in on your strengths. And every day that goes by, and this is kind of like a hard pill to swallow and maybe sounds a little bit harsh, but I feel this, it's like every day that goes by, maybe it was a day of rest and you're being intentional about it, and that's okay. And so having a clear vision is going to help you to feel so much more it doesn't even mean successful monetarily, because yes, money naturally comes, but it's going to make you feel so successful and fulfilled at the end of your life, and that might sound dramatic, but when you're working and chipping away daily towards who it is and what it is you were meant to do and who it is you were meant to be, there's nothing more fulfilling than that at the end of the day. Now, casting your vision is not going to happen if you fall prey to one of these things, or many of these things, which I'm definitely guilty of a few. We are all fallible and can make mistakes, and we all have big personalities that have very positive sides and very negative sides that we can kind of go down. Of what you think would be your biggest hang-up, or has already been one of your biggest hang-ups when it comes to really going for it and chasing after your dreams. Or maybe you are chasing after your dreams, but it's just been slow. So you can't do the same thing. Whose definition of insanity is that? Where you do the same thing and expect different results? That's exactly what's going to happen if you don't actually take action and make daily change in your thinking and change in your actions, because it won't automatically happen. Your attitude won't automatically change, and your circumstances will not change unless you step into your calling. We have to do a lot of work internally to become the person that we want to be at the end of our life, as well as accomplish all the things that we want to accomplish at the end of our life. Or just fear of judgment, what people will think when you put yourself out there. It's like fear, imposters, and all of the things want to rise up, and you have to choose what voice you're going to listen to. You can spoon feed your fear, or protein and spinach, and make your fear super strong. A giant full of faith that just marches into any situation and is just marching straight down your path with strength, because you're not weakened by your fear. tackling fear, the only way to tackle fear is with faith, I believe. Because I think it's like you've got to say no to it, and you have to trust and believe that you were made for something. I definitely believe in you because I do know, and I believe firmly, I have strong faith in the fact that you were built specifically for something. And so I know that you're going to find that special thing and that you're going to overcome your fears and you're going to march straight down your path. If you don't feel up to it, you got to kind of like find a way and find a rhythm and find a system to get yourself like in the flow and get ready to go. Making sure that we like stay on top of things. And with you guys, everybody who's watching, I always think, oh my gosh, I need to come out with something better, something good, more and more and more for you. So once you go public, once you make an announcement and you do something, now you're in deep water. And that's a great place to be because that means you jumped in. I've never spent thousands of dollars to just support my dream before. So make sure that the risks that you're taking, the sacrifices that you're making are good ones, and they're ones that you can live with and that you can come back from. Like something like a failed marriage is something that's going to be a lot harder to come back from. So you have to cultivate all the other parts of your life that are important to you and just say, you know what, I'm not willing to sacrifice X, Y, Z or step on people along the way or use people to achieve my dream or my goal, because I promise you that at the end, because what we're thinking about, it's that future hindsight. So in your future hindsight, you don't want to have regrets, you know, and you want to feel the most fulfilled. And what are the things that are going to truly make you feel fulfilled in the end while living out your dreams? Be patient with this journey because it's a lifelong one. And every day you're chipping away, doing something and changing your daily habits. So, but it's those small just investments every day and celebrating those small moments and learning to just thrive in it, even though you don't know what's going to become of it. You know, you have to suppress all those feelings. He was going through, it could take weeks, months to find the right exact sound for something. And then all of a sudden, within your system, and you're going to put reflecting into your system, you got to do it again. So throughout your journey, just take moments, even if it's in a busy day and you just need a moment, even if it's like you're in the middle of work and you need to go to the bathroom, like you just give yourself an excuse to just take a moment and take a deep breath and be like, I'm killing it. So stay consistent, stay strong, but rest and just reflect on the good and the beauty that you've grown into and that you've actually created and where you're headed, and celebrate. Or even just within yourself, if it's by resting, taking a bath and having like a bottle of wine, hey, to each his own, a glass of wine, and just kind of like whatever you need to do to celebrate whatever accomplishments you made that day, or even the fact that you like overcame something super hard and you didn't accomplish much that day, but you know you're changing and growing and you're like, hey, just celebrate. And I just want to leave you guys with the final thought, which is the very first thing that we talked about is, I guess the two greatest days of somebody's life is the day they were born and then the day that they learn why. So I know that you have that superhuman, special thing about you, and I can't wait for you to explore that every single day, and allow yourself the grace to grow in the areas that are hard and difficult, and then celebrate immediately afterwards. And that's why it's so important that you rest, celebrate, and just keep going, right? And make your goal, your vision big enough to always be pushing towards, and celebrate the growth, not the goal. And I can't wait to see what surprises lie in store for you, because this whole life is filled with a million surprises, and I've been like really taken back by where my life has gone. I can't believe it. And I'm so grateful for each one of you, and every time I get to meet somebody and have a conversation and just hear about what's going on for you and in your world. So good luck casting your vision and living out the life you were always meant to.